Hi guys, Aurelien here, System.io founder. I'm super pumped to have you here with me today because I'm gonna share with you the system that was allowing me to make $2,000 per month by working just 1 hour per week. Okay, I know the title is catchy, okay, but you have to know that I only promise only results that I got myself. Okay, so the thing is, I've been making $500 per hour as a business coach. Okay, so let me explain how that happened. So in 2014, I read a book called The Prosperous Coach. It's a great book by Rich Litvin, and it just made me want to start selling coaching, like coaching customers. I thought it was great, and it is great. You learn a lot, and you can make really good money out of it. And the thing is, that same year, I was in a mastermind group in the US that was Jeff Walker's mastermind group. And I learned from a Russian marketer how to sell high ticket offers very easily. That's so impressive. That's so easy. I mean, it does require some work, of course, but like you don't need a sales page, you don't need a product. It's the most amazing thing that I've learned in the last 10 years, where I've been doing, all that internet marketing / direct marketing thing. Okay, so it's so powerful. So what happened is that, so I wanted to sell coaching. I learned a system to sell high ticket offers, and I just did that. So I sold two $6,000 coaching programs, and about at the same time, I also sold a $20,000 consulting gig. Okay, so the consulting gig took about 1 month of work. So it's a Colombian woman who had an offline business who wanted to launch her business online. Okay, she was like running seminars in Colombia, and she wanted to sell like an online course. So she wanted to transition from offline to online. And we met at Jeff Walker's event in 2014. And, we kept in touch. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm going to, I could help you. And we got on the phone. I mean, it was actually a Skype call. It lasted for 1.5 hours. And I thought I would offer her like the same offer as my clients, which was like $6,000 for 6 months of coaching. And while I was on the call with her, I was like, no, I need to, offer something more expensive. And I offered $20,000. And honestly, it's been years. And even today, like telling you this, I'm so impressed. I can't believe that I made $20,000 out of, like a coaching call. So in this program, I'm going to teach you how that happened, the exact system that I use, the exact templates, the scripts, everything. It's going to be actually a short training, right? There is no need for you to go through 20 hours, 40 hours. It doesn't make sense. Like in just 1 hour, I can teach you everything. And guess what? You don't have to make it perfect, right? Just act on it, do something. You're going to get results. You don't have to follow the exact script, right? It just works, so I'm going to tell you the exact system. So the consulting gig took about 1 month of work. So I was great. So I told her $20,000 and she was like, I don't remember if she said yes right away or if she said, I'm going to, ask my brother, because I think that her brother was involved with her business. But they said yes. And it took about, I'd say, a couple of weeks before they wired the money. So they wired $20,000. It wasn't even like 50% upfront. And then, no, it was $20,000 upfront, which is, a huge sum of money. I mean, it's quite some money. And so regarding the two $6,000 coaching programs, I had two customers that I was coaching for 1 hour every 2 weeks. So it was 2 hours per month per customer. They could like send me emails, if they had some very important question, and I'm sure it happened, but overall, you know, it wasn't much time involved. So yeah, that was roughly 2 hours per month per customer. So that's a total of 4 hours per month. Each customer was paying $1,000 per month, so it's $2,000 per month for 1 hour of work per week. So you see, like, I'm really promising a result that I got, and you could get this result. You could actually get more. Like the last client that I got as a coach, I was getting paid, so that was 750 euros per hour. So it's like, I don't know, today it's like $900 per hour, right? With the exact same system, you know. So I'm gonna tell you how you can get started. Like, if you're a beginner, of course, you're not gonna charge this right from the beginning, right? It wouldn't make sense. But I'm gonna tell you how you can get started, you know. So the two main factors of success. So the first one, that's the high ticket method to sell very expensive offers. That's pretty amazing. I told you already about it. In this course, I'm gonna explain to you how it works. It's actually pretty simple. It's very impressive. And the second factor of success, I'd say, that's finding the right customers and the right offer for these customers. Okay, so I mean, as a rule of thumb, you want to sell to people who have a problem. That's one thing, and who can pay to solve this problem. Okay, if someone has a big problem he wants to solve but doesn't have any money or doesn't want to invest in it, then, you know, there is no point in trying to sell him something. So for me, I found that the right client was someone who was making, you know, between $1,000 and $2,000 per month with his online business. So that's really something that I found after, you know, I didn't know that when I started selling coaching. I just took people on the phone, on calls, and, you know, that's really after that I realized that, hey, you know, a great customer for my coaching program offer would be someone who already makes some sales online and is trying to get to the next step. Okay, so it's not someone making $10,000 per month. Maybe it would work. I mean, my customer in Colombia, I don't know how much sales she was making, but she had a business. Maybe she was doing, I don't know, maybe $1 million per year. You know, I don't really know. So, but yeah, I mean, a great avatar for this offer was someone making $1,000 to $2,000 per month. So the offer was, one-on-one business coaching for $6,000 for 6 months. Okay, so you have to understand that. Yeah, so what I wrote here, and that's super important, is that when someone is making no money online, it is quite hard to get them to make their first sales. And, you know, I've been teaching people how to make money online for 10 years, all right? So I've seen a lot of things. And yeah, I mean, someone who is not making any money, you can't really know if they're going to be able to make money. You know, it really depends on them, or on their skills, on their, you know, how much work they're ready to put in, about their commitments, you know. So that's kind of a secret sauce. Like, there is no like perfect formula for this, but for some reason, you know, like I remember I hosted a live event in Paris once for my customers of mine. So that was a 1,000 euro online course, and I saw this guy, and during the 2 or 3 days of the event, and I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, but, you know, I was seeing this guy. He looks like you know, like kind of a bit with a hippie vibe, you know, and he was like skinny, and he didn't talk much. I was like, oh, maybe this guy, you know, is not gonna be like super successful. I'm sorry, you know, you just tend to, you know, judge people and situation. It's really like it's your instinct, you know. And it's funny because 6 months later, the guy was like, hey, you know what, I've launched this ebook about making you know, juices online, and I made a couple of €1,000, online. I was like, wow, you never know. That's what I wanted to tell you. But what you do know is that if someone is not making any money right now online, there is no way you can know if this person is going to make money. And most of the people who are not making money online, in maybe 6 months, 1 year, 2 years from now, they're not going to make money, or they're not going to make much. That's just the way it is. Just like every year you have people starting learning the guitar, and next year, most of them, they just dropped out, right? They bought a guitar, and now the guitar is below the bed, right? So I mean, it's that's the way it is. But if someone is already making $1,000 or $2,000 online, then they reach the gap. They prove that they could act, get results. So it's great, because now you have someone who got some results, who lacks organization, who lacks strategy, methods, and he's got some assets you're going to be able to work on. So in this training, I'm going to tell you how I would approaching each customer and trying to help him, and I was getting great success with my customers. So it's very exciting, because you make good money, your customers get results, they're happy. It's really great. So what happens is that when someone makes like $1,000 per month, right? So that's like 12 grand a year. If you can help this person double his business, then instead of making, $12,000 a year, is going to make $24,000 a year. So that's an extra 12 grand. Is it worth investing 6 grand to make, 12 grand? I think it is, So you're not gonna convert everyone. I found that with this method, for a $6,000 coaching program, I was closing about one person every 3 calls I was making. So it's 33%, And to this day in my business, we're still selling coaching programs. So I have some coaches, working with the customers. I have salespeople. And that's pretty much the conversion rate we see. It's like between 25 and 40%. It depends. Sometimes, we change the approach. We make the first call, like the sales call, we make it free, or we're going to charge for it. Then, we're going to get like different results. We vary the approach, but for you, it really doesn't matter. Just, just act on it, follow the script, and it's going to work great, So you can earn a living by working 1 hour a week, with like 2 clients at $1,000 per month. But of course, once you get there, you're going to want to make more. And I'm going to tell you a story. Like a few months ago, I got in touch with the guy. So that's funny, because I'm French, but I live in Portugal, right? It's a sunny place. It's great. It's great country. And the guy was actually a Portuguese guy from Portugal, from north of Portugal. And he's like an expert in conversion. So we got on a call, and I could see everything was doing, because, that's the way you sell, right? So we got on a call, and he did a great job. So his offer was like, so I was pretty much, so I was one call per week for 1 month, to help us improve our homepage. And it was 6,000 euros. And I don't know. I mean, maybe that was a mistake, but I didn't sign up for his offer. Like, I thought it was, I told him I was very upfront, I'm very honest and, direct in business. I think it's just easier for everyone. So I told him, I was like, hey, I think you're good at what you're doing. You did a great job, with the course, but I just think it's too expensive regarding to the result I would get. Taking into account the risk that it wouldn't work. Like, I wasn't really convinced that 1 hour per week would be, the right way to do it. So yeah, it didn't work. But the point is, I'm pretty sure this guy is making 20,000 euros per month, So he's working full time, right? I'm sure he works hard, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's making $20,000 dollars per month, I mean euros, with pretty much the system I'm gonna give you today, you know. So it's really amazing. So what's important is that you have a very high success rate because customers are committing. And I'm going to tell you a story. When I started online back in 2010, so I met some bloggers who were making money, and we kind of became friends, and they gave me some advice, and I started making some money online and stuff, But when I really wanted to really take my business to the next level, I actually hired a consultant, and it costed me. So it was exactly 24,000 euros, okay, which was half of my savings at that time. It was a huge risk, and we worked like crazy for a year. He helped me create a course. We launched it in like a month. We made 10,000 euros, and the next year, we kept working together like on and off, and remote. But yeah, after a year, we did a launch, and we did actually 550,000 euros of sales in 2 weeks, during that launch. So it was hugely successful. But what I realized at that time is that if his coaching, if his work, if he had charged like 1,000 euros or 500 euros, I don't think that he would have taken it seriously, and me neither. Actually, at that time, this guy was like 24. I know it sounds insane, but he had gotten some results with another customer. I was like, oh, this guy is good, I'm sure he's good. So yeah, I just went for it. So yeah, when your customers invest a lot, they're more committed, That's very important. So that's why it works so well. If you're starting from zero, so when I started, again, I didn't know if I would be able to sell coaching programs for $6,000, or if I would be able to help my clients succeed. So it's easy afterwards to say, hey, Aurélien, he had the list, he had some experience. Yeah, I had a list, I had some experience, but it was new to me. It was scary. It was scary, right? It's normal to be scared. It means that you're out of your comfort zone. And if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to build a business, and you're not an entrepreneur, you don't have a business, then it means that you want to, get a different life. So it means that you have to get out of your comfort zone, right? So the key to this are baby steps. You can start with a lower rate, and you're going to be like, oh, Aurélien, but you just told me that, if people don't invest much, then they're not that committed. Yeah, it's true. But it doesn't mean that people are not committed, right? Because they're still spending money, right? So don't worry about that. You can start with the lower rate. I don't know, you can do even I'd say the lowest would be, if you get the right customer, so someone who's got some leverage, someone who's got some assets, the minimum you should charge would be like maybe, I'm wondering between $200 per month for 2 hours of coaching per month, or $400 per month. So it's really like how you feel, right? You have to understand that when it comes to pricing is a science, but it's also an art, and you have to feel good about it, to feel okay about it, right? So you have to get out of your comfort zone, but don't get too crazy. Like, you cannot charge like, I don't know, $500 per hour if you don't have any experience, right? So at the beginning, and you're upfront, it's better always to be sincere with the person. You're like, hey, you know what? You're my first customer, but because you're my first customer, what we're going to do is that I'm going to have, so my normal rate, so what I want to get, because I'm committed to this, and I want it to succeed, and I want to make a living out of it, and I want to have an impact and help people. So I know that my goal is to make $200 per hour, but because you're my first customer, it's gonna be only like $100 per hour or $50 per hour. So you never talk in terms of dollar per hour, right? You have to talk in terms of results, right? So you're gonna be like, okay, so in your mind, you know that, okay, if it's $100 per hour, it's 2 hours per month, so that means that it's going to be 200. So you're like, okay, so $200 per month times 6, so that's 1,200. So you're like, okay, if we help you to get from $12,000 per year to $24,000 per year, so you're going to make an extra $12,000 per year, would it be worth investing $1,200? I mean, it sounds like a fair risk, right? A reasonable risk for your customer, right? And you can even say like, look, if you're not satisfied, I can give you a refund, after 1 month. If you think that this is not working, I'm okay to give you a refund. I mean, you have, of course, to go the extra mile at the beginning when you're starting, but by following the system, and it's the great thing is that during the sales call, so the sales call is not really a sales call, that's a coaching call where you might make an offer at the end if you think that you can help the customer. That's how it works. So it's great because you're really providing a ton of value up front, right? For free. Okay. What's going to happen is that most of the people are gonna want to work with you. Like everyone wanted to work with me. It's just that when I was saying, okay, so the price is that much, like only 1/3 would actually proceed. But yeah, you're gonna provide a lot of value even before asking for money. So it's consulting, but it's also coaching. In case you don't know, and it's fine, So coaching and like being a coach and being an expert are two different things. Like in coaching, you're not telling the customer, hey, you should do this or that or this or that. No. Coaching is a method that relies on actually questioning the person so that the person finds by herself the way, right? How to reach her goals. That's very important. But of course, you also have some expertise, right? So you want to find the right balance where you're like, hey, you know what? I mean, it's being a coach, but also being an expert where sometimes you're going to be like, hey, you know what? It's up to you, but I think that I would go this way or I would do it like this. Okay. But listening is actually a very important part of that method. And guess what? Anyone can listen, right? It doesn't require any skill. Okay. So together, we're going to look at the 2 steps to sell business coaching and earn a really good income. So the first step is going to be like make the sale. Okay, I'm going to explain to you how to find the right people, how to get them on the phone, what to say on the phone. So it's very simple, actually. You have only 3 questions, okay, and they provide a ton of value because guess what? Like no one listens to anyone, right? So when you actually dedicate 1 hour to really be fully committed to listening someone, you're providing him a ton of value. And everyone is super busy with the urgent day-to-day tasks that they don't take the time to really think about what is very important, So you're providing a ton of value. And then if you think that you could help this person, you will make her an offer, okay? So the second step is going to be to actually coach your customer. So I'm going to explain to you, my process, what I was doing. And it's actually pretty simple. You have like 3 or 4 different things that you can do that will have a big impact with your customers in their business. And I'm even going to explain to you the use cases that I got, how I help my clients, basically double their business in 1 to 3 months, right? So the deal was, the coaching program was for 6 months, but what happened is that one doubled his business in 1 month, the other one doubled his business in 3 months. Okay, so let's go to the first step, which is about making the sale.